Hey treasures, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a high school series story. If you haven't seen any of the other ones, I will leave it in the icon that comes up here. So yes, today we're going to be talking about the time that my friends wanted the guy that I hooked up with. So if you guys don't know about the time this girl tried so hard to get this guy that I hooked up with already, let's hear into this video. So, like I said, this is entering the high school series. So this was about the time I want to say, maybe like 16, 17. And me and this girl had met in the 9th grade. So I had been friends with her for, several years. And at this point in our friendship, we weren't really that close because I started to notice that she was trying like really hard to fit in with people that like weren't in our friend group already. And I didn't necessarily like that because I felt like she was trying way too hard. It was just like, be yourself, like it's enough, like it's fine. And so I started noticing that she was trying really hard, and I was starting to not really my spirit didn't really take her well. And so at the same time, simultaneously, I was talking to my friend, and we're gonna give him the alias of Carter. Random, but Carter. So I was talking to Carter, and Carter was friends with pretty much every single girl. So he'd be kind of dateable, but at the same time, he's probably talking to a bunch of different girls. If that makes sense. So he didn't have the best track record, so you wouldn't really take it seriously, if that makes any sense. So, and Carter were actually really good friends. And at this time, BBM was super popular in my high school. So everyone had each other's BBM, and you'd just be talking to people all freaking day until you went to sleep. And so one day, me and Carter were BBMing each other, and he asked me to go to his house. And so we didn't have class, and he asked me to go to his house, and I was just okay, why not, Because at this point in time, I want to say our flirting was at its highest peak. So I was okay, sure, why not, whatever, nothing is really gonna happen. At the same time that I'm saying yes, and at the same time I'm telling him nothing's happening, I was not sexually active in high school, so it was not going down. And he's yeah, of course, I know how you are, because him and I have also been friends since the 9th grade. So I was okay, as long as don't expect anything. The same time that I'm saying this, and I'm setting my boundaries, I'm setting my rules, I'm still talking to my best friends, and I'm just yo, what if something happens? What if I end up going all the way with him? I was super innocent in high school. What if I go all the way with him? No, I don't want that to happen. And my friends this, right? And so fast forward to the next day, and at the same time, what are we gonna call this backstabber? We're gonna call her, let's call her Tracy. So at the same time, I was telling Tracy, Carter's asked me to go to his house, but nothing's gonna happen, but what if something happens? And I'm telling Carter, nothing is absolutely gonna happen, it's me, you know me, I don't do anything, no. So she knows this, whatever. And so I end up going to Carter's house, and we were watching a movie, and we kissed a little bit, but that was the extent pretty much of that. I did not do anything else. I, for some reason, just was no, I am not having sex in high school. I do not want to have sex in high school. There's just way too much drama with that. There's just, I feel in high school, people talk so much trash and just talk so much, the gossip and stuff that it's just not happening for me. I told myself, you're not having sex in high school. So, yeah, that's pretty much what happened with that. Me and him just kissed, and that was pretty much the extent. And then I ended up, leaving his house and, going home. And so, yeah. After that, I ended up obviously, texting Tracy and, our other friends and telling them, what went down, whatever. Now, I know I may get comments saying, well, he wasn't your boyfriend, well, you guys didn't go all the way, blah, blah, blah. But, at the same time, let's just talk about principle for a second. Yes, he was nowhere near mine. Yes, we and him were never ever date, and we were friends that just took it to, a different level and just were being adventurous. But at the same time, she's my friend. Why would you even want to like, let me just carry on the story. So, me and Tracy ended up being in the same class this day. And I don't remember what class it was. I don't recall. But me and her were in the same class. And so we're talking about it in person, like what had happened, whatever. And then she tells me that, oh, like Carter is texting her and telling her to like go over to his house. And I'm just like, and she's like telling me how she's like thinking about it. And like, yeah, she like might go. And I'm just like, what the hell? Like, I was literally just at his house like a day ago. And I told you everything that went down with us. And you're discussing to me that you're about to go to his house too? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, so let's go back into what I was talking about. The principles, okay? The same time that me and him we're never going to be together, like, it wasn't a thing. It wasn't like, oh, this is so great, like, let's try being together. Nothing like that. Nothing like that. You're my friend, and you're telling me that you're going to go to this dude's house knowing... Like, obviously, like, everyone that went there, like, knew pretty much what to expect. Like, you guys weren't gonna just be playing chess all day. Like, you're gonna probably kiss or something. You know what I'm saying? And so you're saying to me that you're gonna go to his house and you're gonna make out with him when he literally still has my saliva in his fucking mouth? Excuse my friend. Like, he still has my saliva in his mouth, and you're telling me that you're gonna go over there and kiss him? What? I was so pissed. And I, like, explained this to her. I was like, Tracy, I was there less than 24 hours ago. And you're telling me that you're going to go and do that whenever I was, like, my smell is probably still, like, on his couch. Like, are you kidding me? And she, like, really didn't have much to say. And so I was just like, this is crazy. Okay, goodbye to our friendship at that point because... Like I said in the beginning of the video, like, I was already, like, kind of getting over her because she was just trying too hard to, like, be friends with these people that, like, they were cool people, like, don't get me wrong, but, like, she was just trying to, like, super hard to, like, be in with them when it was, like, you don't need to try hard, like, you don't need to be like that, like, be yourself. And then she was, like, you know, like, doing that whole thing. And honestly, I remember, like, so me and her, like, pretty much stopped talking, like, I wasn't talking to her anymore. And I did become good friends with this one girl that was really good friends with her from when they were little, because they went to the same like public school. And me and this girl, we're gonna call her Michelle. Me and Michelle became really close friends, but I wasn't talking to Tracy anymore. But she kind of was because they lived around each other and all that stuff. And I remember, like, me and Michelle would talk about Tracy and just be like, why is she trying so hard? Like, look at what she's doing, blah, blah, blah. And at this time, like, Twitter was, like, on and popping, too. So, it was, like, BBM and Twitter were on and popping. And I ended up seeing this tweet from Tracy, and it was saying, like, I'm so happy with the person I'm becoming. And, you know, being me at that point in time, I was just so over it. And I was like, I'm going to tell you what yourself. So, I decided to tweet, becoming fake isn't something to be proud of. And then I guess she clocked it and everybody else clocked it too, because it wasn't like I said it like literally like a minute after I saw her tweet. And so then I see her tweet again and she goes, yeah, don't worry everyone, like I saw it too. It was something like, oh, like she'll get hers or something like that, or something like pretty much talking about me, like saying that like she's gonna come for me, or like saying that like I'm irrelevant or something like that. And I was just like, sweetie, like coming for what? Like, and then she ended it there and that was it. And I remember like me and Michelle were talking with her because I was texting Michelle at the same time like this is happening, and Michelle's just there like laughing. And then the next day, like Michelle is walking like to school with her, she tells me, and she's like, oh yeah, like Tracy asked like if you were mad at her, blah blah blah. And I was like, funny, she's coming hard on Twitter, but like she's like asking like, oh, was she mad at me, like are we good, like blah blah blah. And I was just like, okay, told you, fake, like. But anyways, yeah, so that was the time that this girl tried to get with the guy that I got with less than 24 hours ago. And I don't think she ended up going to his house because I made her pretty much feel stupid. But yeah, just the fact that she was willing to do that anyways is just crazy to me. Like, definitely don't have any friends like that, because like, what if it was my man? Like, or what, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if I liked him or had a crush on him? Like, you do the same shit, so no. Definitely can't have friends like that in 2021, so if you have a friend like that, cut them out now. Anyways, guys, that's it for my video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.